Welcome to the podcast that for 2 years in a row has earned recognition as one of the best in podcast marketing research information. This is Research Business Daily Report. And first of all, we thank you for watching today and hope that you will lend your support for the continuation of this research news video series. And we'll tell you how you can do that at the end of today's video. I'm Bob Lederer, now in my 26th year as the respected voice in market research. We discussed on RBDR a few weeks ago the growing antagonism between Apple Computer and the Facebook giant social media force, expressly because Apple will be asking users as they move to a new mobile operating system whether they want to opt out of being tracked by Facebook, which could do untold damage to Facebook's advertising business. Brian Kroll, VP at AdTaxi, which is a client-centric digital advertising agency, has been studying the reactions of Facebook, Google, and others as advertisers and advertising agencies study all the goings-on and try to reach some conclusions themselves about the damage that could be done to them if they can't identify users on social media. We asked Brian about how Apple's actions actually started the knockdown of the dominoes.
About June of last year, Apple announced at their Worldwide Developer Conference that they were going to make some changes with the latest operating system for iPhone that would give consumers more choice about what information is shared from apps. One of those changes that's going to be rolling out fairly soon is something that they're calling app tracking transparency, which is where if I'm logging into an app on my phone, say Facebook, a prompt will be showing up that basically asks my permission to have the app track me or not. And what I think Facebook is concerned about is that a large part of their following is obviously in-app advertising. That's how they make a lot of money. They make a lot of people are on iPhones that are accessing Facebook. And I think Facebook is concerned that a disproportionate amount of people are going to click the do not track button because they don't want to be tracked. And so Facebook is making some changes to try and accommodate for this. And they're really making changes to the platform. And I think it's going to have a really interesting impact on advertisers, a lot of whom have built their businesses on advertising on Facebook because it is a really amazing advertising platform for folks. Google is going to probably do a pretty fast follow in terms of on the Android store, what they would be doing for their devices. But in addition to that, you've probably heard in the news that they're going to disable and do away with their Chrome browser, which is massive. They're going to be doing away with third-party cookies. The browsers won't allow third-party cookies going forward sometime in like early spring, about a year from now, and that'll have a pretty interesting impact for the industry. I think that there are certainly tons of businesses that have built a very large amounts of revenue off of the data industry that have been basically gathering data on consumers and then reselling that to advertisers to buy through platforms like Google, through different what are called demand side platforms, which is how we are buying ads as agencies to put help our customers put ads in front of their consumers who would get them more customers essentially. So it'll have some impacts, but it's not going to be like a death knell to the industry or anything like that. There are a lot of different alternatives out there. So Google has announced that they are going to, have their own sort of system that they're calling, think of it as like a cohort system, where it's you're going to be grouped into your activity will be run, whatever you're doing online will be grouped with many other individuals that are similar to you, so that there's nothing personally identifiable, and you won't be able to say like, hey, this is Brian's computer or anything like that. People won't be able to track that down. So Google has sort of said in blog posts that it's going to be about 95%, have as almost as effective as the current means. I myself am not very worried, and we at AdTaxi are not very worried because we have a lot of different platforms to offer our customers. If you built your business completely on Facebook and it's your only means of advertising, you might be a little bit more concerned. right now, because I don't think anybody really knows exactly how many people are going to opt out. And also, if people opt out and they click on an ad, they're still going to be going through to a website and still be able to purchase. It will just depend. It just won't look as robust in terms of the conversion metrics in the ads reporting, because you're going to have signal loss coming through there. What'll be interesting to see is the impact of the powerful targeting mechanism that Facebook has based on this change. So if they don't have as much data coming through, sorry for the pandemic dog bark there. If you don't have as much data coming through, are their predictive models going to be as good as they used to be in determining which users to put ads in front of? And Facebook's already said through they've been doing, I think, a pretty good job about getting out there and trying to prepare their advertisers through a series of webinars that they've been releasing over the last couple of months, and explaining to people that you should expect to see a decrease in some of the effectiveness of some of your online-based audiences.
That's a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. Because the editorial goal, if you don't watch us every day, simply for RBDR, says that we will give you news insights and commentary that you won't find anywhere else. Well, we've got no doubt that if you give us a regular viewing, you're going to appreciate what we're doing, because we live up to that promise. And as one sign of your appreciation, perhaps you'll consider becoming an RBDR Patreon supporter, which is what Protégé's Mark McDonough did last week in signing up as a sponsor. Thank you, Mark, for your support and your vote of confidence in our work. Now, we encourage everyone out there to follow Mark's lead. You can do so by visiting our exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR. So we hope that you have a good research day and that you'll be looking to join us again here tomorrow. And until then, please stay safe.